Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy. I hope you're doing well today. So I had to check the date. Today's Tuesday. I have had the strangest week. And I've lost a day. I lost a whole day in between Friday and Sunday. I lost Saturday. I truly did. And I'm starting to wonder if there wasn't a glitch. If there wasn't a glitch in the Matrix over the weekend. And I went through a portal. And I came back and there was a glitch and I lost a day and I remembered it. And then I have bruises on my arm and I've been having a pain in my right elbow. So I know that when I've been going in astral a lot, I will wake up with a pain in my right elbow because this is my masculine. This is the part that you feel the most when you're in astral, when you're going in and out of astral, is in your right elbow. It's like a channel. So just be mindful of the energy that you have on your right elbow. If you start noticing changes, start paying more attention. So today I want to talk about spiritual MDs. This is the first thing I want to talk about because I had a situation a while back. I can't remember how long. It's been a few months back that I got an email from someone that was watching the channel. And so I want to talk about 144 again, still be in the wrong system, and spiritual MDs, eternal life, and the 13th archetype. So I got this email a while back that basically said that I don't have to die. I don't have to die. And then this week, videos from this same group started popping up in my feed on YouTube. And today, again, and I'm not even subscribed to this channel. So when something shows up in my field like that, like more than one time, then I feel like it's something I need to take a look at, right? I feel like I need to pay attention to it, you know, and everybody has information. It may not resonate with you, right? It may not. But I got to be honest here. I got to be honest about what I know, you know, because I got to talk about this email and then we'll get into it. So we're going to contrast this with the 13th archetype. So let me start with the email first. So I'm going to leave out her last name, and then I'm going to leave out the spiritual MD's name too, because it's not about it. It's not about them. It's about the pattern that keeps showing up right now, guys, and how important it is for you to use your discernment, right? If the same old thing hasn't worked for all this time, it's because it's not working, okay? So let me read the email. It says, "Hi, Miss Harris. My name is Rebecca. I watched your video and I want to say thanks. You don't have to die. Since you mentioned you don't want to come back after this lifetime, here is a link to a spiritual MD I follow and his eternal life group. We focus on getting eternal life and getting ready to leave Earth. If you're interested, click this link. If you have WhatsApp, I'd like to stay in touch and discuss the Emerald Order together." So that was the message. And she meant well. I mean, I could feel that she was sincere. She was trying to help, but she did want to contact me and discuss the Emerald Order. So, you know, I'm always leery when people that have these systems, they want to talk to me because basically they want to talk to me because they want to siphon what I know, right? And then they want to put a price tag on it. I don't roll like that. That's why I have a clause on my channel that I don't do any work. I don't do any work with people that are trying to profit off of this information because you can't put a price tag on it. I refuse to have my information quantum entangled in this AI matrix, guys. So I wrote her back kindly because I never want to attack an individual who's just trying to reach out from their heart, but I also told her the truth of how I see it. I said to her, eternal life, remembrance, connection to source, these are not products. They're not subscriptions. They're not something another person activates for you for a fee. In my understanding, source never asked for payment, only presence. So I thanked her, I blessed her path, and I let her know that my journey is about inner work service and remembrance and not about buying a ticket out of death, guys. So let's talk about the system that she was pointing me to, because I went and took a look at it and I was like, Okay, for $50 a month, you can watch the MD's channel, and there'll be a life coach to you. And so, you know, I was like calculating that out with the amount of people that it said was involved in this program, and it's like $1,000,000-something a year. I'm like, what? That's crazy. So this person markets himself as a spiritual MD. There's a website with a program that includes like 12-strand DNA activation, eternal life teachings, breath work and ceremony, prayer circles and grid work, a private community. Everything's always got to be gate capped, right? Private community, a vault of tools, and a paid membership around a few $dozen a month, plus higher ticket offerings. So on top of that, in one of the videos I saw, you can't live forever using the wrong periodic table. The real table isn't 118, it's 144. And that's what was sitting in my feed this morning. So I looked at it, and, you know, I was like, okay, so, you know, I'm feeling the nudge this morning. Okay, we got to talk about this, guys. You know, I don't usually talk about other people's videos and their content, but I feel like if we need to learn from something, or if we need to, you know, we need to open our minds a little bit past all of, you know, people that are call themselves spiritual teachers and they teach with dollar signs. We got to go back and look at this, guys, because we're doing this the wrong way. Okay? Your heart may be in the wrong place. Not intentionally, though. You know, you're just trying to earn a living. So, I want to make this clear. The scientific periodic table that we all learn in school, 118 elements, is not what I'm here to argue with, okay? That belongs to the establishment. I'm talking about today is symbolic architecture, because we're talking about closed systems, we're talking about elements, and then the next video that we're going to go into, we're going to talk about, and you know, I might have time now if I just quit yapping. So we'll talk about the certain number of elements that are on the periodic table that correspond to the primordial mother, or the original mother template. So when I say 144, this is the wrong table, right? Because we talked about this wheel having 144 clicks on it. Okay, it's a closed system. It's 12 by 12. We have to turn the wheel. Guys, this is what the inside and the outside's about. This is the 12th to 13th archetype. This is what takes us into the new dawn. It's a 13 by 13 system. This is why they don't use 13 in the system. They say it's an unlucky number. Hell yeah, it's an unlucky number for them, because that means that we get the hell out of this system, guys. We bring back, we reunify the particle and antiparticle earth. And see, this is all the beings that people, you know, communicate with and talk. They're on different existing on different dimensional, vibrational bands, guys. They've been here the whole time. It's just that we can't see them because we don't resonate at the same frequency they do. But if we bring that up, you know, we reunify all of the different parts of ourselves that are in SSP programs, that are you've got different levels of consciousness of yourself and your oversoul. All that stuff, it all comes back together. We don't have to be on different frequencies working. We can all be, it can be a reunification. Just like Tartaria. You know, I was thinking about this yesterday, Tartaria. Well, okay. Well, Tartaria, that is a higher vibrational frequency spectrum. This is why Tartaria just kind of disappeared. It's kind of like Atlantis just disappeared and Lemuria just disappeared. They kind of just phased out of vibration because the vibration of the planet got lower. It got lower. It got further along in this cycle because we run on cycles. The game's over. The game's over. The game's almost over, guys. Time for everybody. All the players have to come off the field. Okay, the loom starts over. We start over in a golden era, and we reunify, and we have to. The whole universe is hinged on what we do. I kid you not. I kid you not. This is why it is so important right now that we don't mess this stuff up. This is why the original Earth template, the original Earth one, the primordial mother, this is why involvement is saturating this timeline right now. This is why. Because If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And it's time for a whole shift in the entire universe. And we're the first domino. We're the first one because we're planet number 8, but we're Venus's twin. And so we have to add 8 plus 5 together because Venus is 5. It's a 5-pointed star, guys. 5 plus 8 equals 13. That's Ophiuchus. That's a missing 13th. That's the archetype. Okay? So let's start with the number 144. 144 is 12 by 12. This is what we got, our 12 zodiac signs, our 12 houses, our 12 tribes, our 12 months, our 12 disciples. 144 in Revelation. It's the completion of a 12-fold structure. In spiritual terms, 144 is a closed loop. It's a cycle, guys. It's a cycle, a grid, and a lattice. Okay, we don't want to say trapped inside a box, guys. We got to get out of the box. So, you know, a 12 system always loops back onto itself. So when somebody says you can't live forever on the wrong periodic table, the real table is 144, what they're actually doing symbolically is anchoring you more deeply into the system, guys. They're polishing the inside of the cage, not pointing you out the door, okay? We are going out the door, guys. So if you have 12-strand activation, 12-dimensional map, 12 gates, that could all feel very powerful. But if the foundation is still 12, the outcome is limited, guys. You're not ever stepping outside. So, I've been through this personally. I've paid for systems. I've paid for teachings and then got almost to the end after I emptied out a lot of money out of my wallet that I shouldn't have spent to start with. I went against my own judgment, right? And then found out material's copyrighted. I can't share it. You know, I can't show it. So what was the point of that? What was the point of that, right? That, you know, and I'm not saying that anybody's bad for doing that. If that's what you choose to do, you choose to quantum entangle yourself in the matrix. So when I step back and look at it, I realized that I'd essentially paid a large amount of money to learn a very key lesson. So if you look at a lot of these spiritual programs, and again, this is about the pattern, not any one person. It's you don't have to die. You can leave Earth. You can bypass the cycle if you pay for this training. You can access higher dimensions through our membership. And I understand the longing behind that, guys, because so many of us are tired. So many of us remember the deeper worlds. So many of us don't want to get recycled back again into the suffering prison timeline. But that's exactly why we have to be careful, guys, because when we're exhausted and longing for home, we're more vulnerable to systems that promise escape. Just like the matrix we're in right now. It's easy to sit back and let someone else make all the decisions for you about your food, about your water, about your environment, right? It's easy to sit back and let somebody make those decisions because we're exhausted. But we're in a wheel, guys. We're inside a wheel. If you don't take the initiative, then you're just going to be going right back around. We have to step out of that. We have to do something different. We have to go and add the heart space back to this. We have to return to the planet. We have to start growing our own food. We have to reseed everything with heirloom seeds. These are all codes. If we're going to restore the earth back to the original way, we got to do our part, guys. It's our responsibility. We chose to come here. So I've been working for a long time now that the idea was 12 by 12. But, you know, as I'm learning and I'm also remembering, that this is 12 system, 12 by 12 system. It creates a 4. It creates a 4 squares. I mean, this is the capstone right there, right? You're just going to close, put the cap on. We're not being capped in here, guys. 169 is the number I work with as an open system architecture. 169 is what you get when you multiply 13 by 13. In a 12 system, Spirituality looks like ladders, hierarchies, levels, initiation, endless courses. Always got to upgrade. Always got to get the new material. Always got to get the new key, right? In a 13 system, spirituality looks like remembrance, integration, embodiment, sovereignty, and your own direct connection with Source, guys. So let's go back and look at the periodic table. But but let's look at it in a spiritual context, because there are a couple periodic elements on here that I thought was interesting. And oh shoot, I didn't put them on here. I had the whole thing typed out. It's on my second video. I'm going to end that and come back on a second one, because when I started digging into the periodic elements and how they all tie back to Venus, I was like, whoa, my brain just started blowing up. So, and how Chris Ramsey from Area 52, that was the other thing. That was the second video that I watched this morning when I was drinking my coffee. And he had a guest on there. And this guest wrote a book. And he held up this symbol. And it's Venus. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Okay, we'll talk about this stuff today. We'll talk about this stuff today. So when I come back, we're going to go through all of these periodic elements, and I'm going to show you how the ones that are connected, mother's numbers, 28, 118, 82, 33, how these elements all have to do, they're all encoded with Venus. So when you come and find me, I'll be here, because we're living in the past, present, and the future all at the same time, guys. Don't give your money away. Don't pay somebody that's making you promises that they're going to help you do this or help you do that. Only person that's going to help you do that is yourself, guys. Yourself. Use your intuition. We have to build our own intuition so good, because when we go into this change, which is coming a lot quicker than everybody even has any idea, it's coming quicker, guys. You know, if we're going to be able to go through this change, we have to build our discernment, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen that you're going to need it. So let's start doing it now. Let's start doing it now. Let's build ourselves up so we can ride the wave, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to ride the wave through this whole timeline shift. So when you come and find me, I'll be here, because we're living in the past, present, and the future all at the same time. Hey guys, 75% of you that are watching the videos are not subscribed. So it would be really great if you could subscribe to the channel and share the videos so people can understand how to wake up and stop throwing their money away. Thanks for watching Sacred Enzyme, and I'll catch you back on the next one, where we dive into these periodic elements. We dive into the information with Chris Ramsey from Area 52 and his guest Jose. And we'll talk about how Venus has been here the entire time, guys. They're in the higher vibrational space. This is Taurus. This is the Aldebaran. This is the doll. This is the primordial mother. This is all this. This is oh, what was his name? Val, that was at the Pentagon, and his female companion. Because everybody comes in pairs, guys. Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor. So we'll talk about all that when we come back. So I hope to catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching Sacred Enzyme. Bye-bye.